So welcome to today's Mainframe Skills and Learning track. This particular session, 8AE, is on the Mainframe Open Education, part of the Open Mainframe project. For logistical reasons, we've pre-paused. I will kick that off just in a moment. I'm pleased that we've got a couple of the panel actually have joined us to answer questions. So if you have any as we go through, please use the chat window. If any of the questions need fuller explanation, we will actually look at those when the session has finished or when this actual recording is finished playing. So without further ado, there is actually an introduction to what the Mainframe Open Education is all about by the leader of the panel. So I will just start the session off. If there are any issues, please shout on chat and we'll endeavour to resolve them for you.
Hello team, so glad to be here today for our Mainframe Open Education session, for a session about the Open Mainframe Education Project. So I am Vivian, I am a Global Mainframe Enablement Leader and glad to be here today to be a moderator of this panel and this session today. So going to the next chart, I would like to quickly introduce for you our main project, which is the Mainframe Open Education. Our key objective on this project is to provide you clear learning path about the mainframe. We know there are some skills gap in the market. We know we have some new professional would like to join us, but they don't know from where to start. And that's the intent of this project, to provide you foundation information about the mainframe, a single place when everyone can contribute and collaborate, and we can have a community and for our ecosystem. So the main thing we are looking here is to have opportunity to work with the community, with the new professionals and experienced professionals to join all together in this project and provide you education information for mainframe. In the next chart, I would like to quickly share with you the key phases we have in this project. So as you can see here, we have 5 phases. Those are the phases that we would like to share with you. Initial content about the mainframe. All of them, as you can see, are foundation information around what is the mainframe, from where you can start, what are the existing education we have available in the market? So what would be our main recommendation for you? What are the existing roles we have? So from where you can start your career, what are the possibilities we have? And then we would like to go a little bit deeper on the guidance for you in terms of career opportunities you may have working on a mainframe. So for that reason, I have a very nice quorum and panelists that accept our invitation to be here with you and discuss this very nice topic with all of us. So with that, and I will start introducing them for you. In the next chart, you're gonna meet some of them in the photos, and you can see already then here in this video. So let's start with our first panelist, Phil. So thank you, Phil, to join us.
Yep, thank you. It's great to be here.
Right.
Yep. So I've been on the mainframe for about 47 years. 38 of those years I was at Travelers, the insurance company in Hartford, Connecticut. And over the past 9 years, almost 10 years, I'm with CVS Health, Aetna. And over the past several years, I've been supporting the Broadcom Endeavor product. And we do the installs, the configuration, the maintenance, the application of fixes, and the day-to-day care and feeding, including customer support, internal customer support. And lately, we've been working on getting on board to Mainframe DevOps, which is a really challenging project, and we're on a good way as far as getting converted over to Mainframe DevOps. We're doing very well in that space. And lastly, I'm the president of the Endeavor Users of Nearly Everywhere. It's a Broadcom user community, and we have close to 125 members of our user community. So yeah, I'm really excited to provide my feedback in this session.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. Our next panelist, Hatanto.
Everyone, my name is Hatanto. I'm a computer science student from St. Management University. I was first introduced to Mainframe around a year ago, and I feel very much welcome by the community because I decided to help back and decided to basically help others with their journey to this wonderful technology.
Great. Thank you to join us, Hatanto. Okay, next one, Darren.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks, Vivian, for the invite. My name's Darren Search, 30-year veteran of mainframe workforce training. My company, Interskill, does training in the corporate world, so trains all of the big corporations around the world that run mainframes and trains their workforces. I've recently been named an IBM Lifetime Champion just for my advocacy in the industry, in training and education, obviously across workforces, but also leaning into the next generation of mainframers. So all of the future leaders of the industry, I'm thinking a lot of you that are watching, university students and so forth, that are looking forward to a tremendous career in this amazing, amazing industry. So thanks for the invite. Looking forward to the conversation.
Awesome. Thank you to join us. Okay, last but not least, Bob.
Thanks, Vivian. I'm probably almost as old as the mainframe itself. I started out as a software developer for Computer Associates, working on the first security systems, ACF2, and I was a manager of development with 15 developers. From there, I went with the inventor of ACF2, and we started another company, did consulting for about 10 years, and went off and did my own consulting. And then for the last 15 years in industry, I was a senior technical advisor for the Federal Reserve, running the economic infrastructure. The last 4 years, I've been a professor at VCU, and I've been a mainframer all my life. So, and I find it exciting, and I get a chance to start turning over my skills to new, bright, and enthusiastic students.
Amazing. Awesome. As you can see, a very diversity team here that join us together, which is awesome. And let's start our panel. That's the next one. And my suggestion for us is maybe if we can remove the PowerPoint screen mode so we can see each other better here in the recording. And let's start. So my first question is, what is going on in the landscape of mainframe education and training today? What trends have been seen and how it's impacting you? So would you like to start, Bob?
Sure. Well, I've been involved with universities. I find are afraid or of mainframe, or at the very least, they think it's an antiquated old technology that is beyond its worth. And there's a reluctance for professors who to teach it. And I think a lot of the reason is because it's not a simple operating systems to learn. It's not like Linux, which is kind of a kind of a smaller, easier operating system. I work with a lot of other companies trying to kind of get universities and industry to working together, and I find that there's prejudice on both sides. And that we're trying to break that down. Mainframe, I'm finding, is a way to do that because there's a real need out there. And what the industry tells me a lot is that they're looking for students who are more classically trained. In other words, they're not operating system oriented. I mean, specific operating systems. They want students to know, the basic theories of it. Mainframe lends itself very well for this because it's got a lot of real detail to it. The mainframe is offering a lot of, at least at my university, opportunity for collaboration more with industry. The other thing is that universities need more resources. And what happens with distributed systems, we have systems all over the universities and then the medical school, and they're under people's desks, they're in closets, they're in labs. And we are implementing a mainframe at our system because we find that we can centrally control it, patch it, and take better use of its capacity. So that's where I see from the university perspective going. Now there's a lack of coursework, and universities are reluctant. I think there's only 2 universities that I know of that still teach mainframe. One is Marist College in Poughkeepsie, which is right on IBM's front door. And the other is Northern Illinois University. I got my master's degree there, and the program was all mainframe. So that's where I see things going. I find that I was at a share manning the open mainframe booth, and I had a lot of IBMers come up and ask, what was this open mainframe all about? So, the mainframe is changing. It's not old anymore. There's a new version of mainframe out there, and this is why the first phase of our project is, what is a mainframe? Because the old timers think of it the old way, and the students are thinking of the new mainframe. So that's my 2 cents.
Great. Anyone else like to?
Yeah, just love to chat about just some sort of cultural shifts in the industry and in mainframe training. Mainframe organizations, I'm finding globally, are a lot more interested in and understanding the benefits of training in their organization and in their workforce. It used to be you would train personnel for some skills and teach them the skills and then expect them to do their job. I think corporations, who are all the companies that would be hiring all of these next generation mainframers, are understanding that it's lifelong learning now, that you learn and learn and learn on a daily basis. You're learning not just from traditional university stuff, but you're learning through various online courses and community and all sorts of other things as you go. You're doing parts of courses, you're reading articles, you're taking part in events like this that you're listening to industry people speak. So all of this is ongoing. Another thing that's really interesting in mainframe training now is digital credentialing. You're seeing a lot more of. IBM's got a vast array of digital credentials, IBM badges, as does Broadcom, as do a lot of other providers. And these are not only very cool rewards to the training that you do, but putting them up on LinkedIn and so forth means that the mainframe industry will notice you. So if you're thinking about a career in mainframe and you're a university student, it's no longer ancient times where you would finish your degree and print out your resume on a piece of paper and start applying to companies to try and get a job on mainframe. Believe me, the mainframe industry is very, very hungry and is looking for young people that are keen to learn and versatile and know other systems as well. So if you start doing some of these courses like the Open Mainframe Project are putting on and various other things and earning credentials and having them in full display on LinkedIn, mainframe companies will start to reach out to you and they'll say, hey, we need somebody, come and do an internship, come and work for us, before you've even finished university. So the industry's hungry. Keep learning, keep doing courses, keep attending events like this, put them up on your profile, and people will notice. So it's a sort of a different way of moving ahead in your career these days and training.
Yeah, and I think your point about a career is very important. I've had one of the senior vice presidents of Broadcom come and talk to my students, and he said, if you get into mainframe, come to me if you want a career, not if you want a job. And I think part of the reason is that mainframe, even after my master's degree at Northern Illinois University, it took me another 5 years or more to get the internals down. So it's not, you don't just get the credentials and I know mainframe. It's like you said, it's lifelong learning. Mainframe is constantly reinventing itself.
Well said, Bob.
That's real. Mainframe is a hungry community, I would say, from
It
both
is.
sides, from the market, from the students, from the professionals. Everyone is hungry for learning, and that's good, great. So let
Yeah,
Yeah,
me.
and I think the difference between, getting a background in mainframe versus some of the distributed is you've really got companies looking for you.
I just had one quick item. With mainframe DevOps, so now not only do you have to know the mainframe, but that straddles over to the distributed side as well. So like Darren was saying, having knowledge on a mainframe and also having knowledge on a distributed platform with mainframe DevOps, it kind of like brings the two together.
Everything's blurring. Yeah.
Yep, that's becoming more critical. Yeah, yeah.
Good thoughts. So let's go to the second question. How do you think the mainframe open education project can address some of this challenge that you already mentioned, some of these gaps, and you are seeing in available education and training? So can we start with you, Hartanto?
Sure. So the first thing I noticed as a student is that we are very much eager to learn. The main problem is some of us has no idea that mainframe even existed, and others who knew, well, if they search online, they might have troubles with finding out where they could begin. That IBM has a competition called Master Infinite. Have its own administrative or technological hassle. So surely you cannot have a student DIPL system while it's running, right? So to me, this is where this program came in. It provides a way for students to learn mainframe, know where journey, also to fulfill their gaps in knowledge. Additionally, it's a system programmer or a security administrator or even application developer. It provides them also as career tips on what to do next after they finish their journey. So from a student point of view, it is not only the educational aspect that matters, it provides us with the chance to build our own career and to enjoy what we do.
Brilliant.
Awesome thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah,
Phil, you are speaking mute. We cannot hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going to say, as far as the open education project and some of the benefits that I see from it. So currently we have vendor user communities out there. I'll take Broadcom as an example. We have several communities out in the Broadcom community site, and it really focuses more on products, say, that Broadcom supports and owns. It doesn't really go across other products from other companies. It's Broadcom specific. So I think what this is going to do, the open education project, it's going to be able to maybe be like maybe a one-stop shopping. I kind of envision it where there would be all kinds of information out there regarding mainframe education and training, and not necessarily specific to any particular vendor. So that would be really great because, like, I support different products that are not Broadcom products, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to find out what the education looks like for those other vendors. So it would be nice to be able to have it all in one location, linking to maybe the Broadcom site or other vendor sites, so that people will be able to see what's out there and available for them to take advantage of.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why the OMP education program is needed is because the mainframe has 60, 70 years of development. It hasn't gotten old, it's gotten more and more sophisticated and enhanced.
True.
So you've got the old ZOS, you've got now Zoe, which is opening up the mainframe to the distributed world and making it easy to do mainframe calls through Java programs and C programs. You've got Unix system services, and now the mainframe is offering the hybrid cloud. And like I said, I've been like 42 years in the industry, and I still don't know all there is to know about mainframe. I'm learning every day. My eyes open up. It's really exciting because what I found with students is that you talk to the students, they know Linux, they know Windows, and they find the mainframe, and now they got something they can really sink their teeth into. It's not something where you can take a few semester courses and read the source code. There's millions and millions of lines of source code, all written in assembler and PLI. So there's lots to learn, and the problem is that, like we said, when we try to define what a mainframe is, it's like blind men looking at an elephant. They all see different things, and we need a framework to kind of pull it together so you can get a good basic understanding, so then you can specialize in your career what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's I think the main reason why the Open Mainframe Education project is so important. One, we need to collect and find out what sources are there, and two, we need to find the gaps that we need to fill, because there's in the OMP program, I think there's something like 14 different projects that are developing new aspects of the mainframe and how it attaches to the distributed world. So it's a mushrooming environment, and it's not slowing down; it's picking up speed.
And just quickly, sorry, Vivian. The mainframe was COBOL and PL1 and assembler, and there's billions of lines of code out there, and so knowing COBOL and PL1 and assembler and so forth is very useful. But modern mainframers code in Python and C++ and Java. So your modern languages that you're learning at university give you a career in the mainframe. So understanding what a mainframe is and how it works and what a beast it is at the back end, and the ultimate security in the whole IT industry, and all of these wonderful things, which are the reasons why the biggest companies in the world and the governments use a mainframe. You can still have your career coding all of these modern languages on a modern GUI interface, same as you learn at university, but understand the mainframe as well, and you've immediately opened up a whole career path for you, all sorts of other options as well. So it's you're not going to be sitting there on a green screen coding COBOL. You may have to dabble in that for sure, because there's stuff that needs tweaking, but you'll be using your modern languages. As Bob said, Zoe is a real revelation. Thank you, Open Mainframe Project. So this is just going to be a part of your career moving forward, because all of the biggest companies run these things.
Yeah, and actually, when I work on Zoe projects, I rely on my students quite a bit to bring the Linux and the all the stuff that they know, because and it really is a collaboration thing.
Absolutely.
No one person can know it. So one of the keys in working with Mainframe, because you're not going to know everything, is collaborating with other people.
Yeah, it's people like Hartanto that are shaping this industry.
Yep.
It really is. Yeah.
But we need the fresh blood, that's for sure.
We sure do. Yeah.
Great thoughts. Great. So next question. What core features or collaboration are you seeing the tools you see being used today for training, and what do you consider essential? Would you like to start, Darren?
Yeah, sure. And it sort of follows on from what I was saying before. Structured training is the way that the industry used to look at, classes and so forth are still going to be a part of it, but people expect to do daily learning these days. People expect to come to events like this, to do an online course, to do some micro learning, watch a video, be involved in a hackathon or something like that. There's so much, with the pandemic that hit a year and a half ago, that changed things. People are working from home, people are studying from home. So we're finding new ways to do training. So all of these virtual things, another thing that I'll brush quickly on is, as you can see today, by the way, all of us chatting, the mainframe industry is a community, and there's all sorts of people like us that are, this has been just an amazing career and a big part of our lives, and you can see our passion for it, and we're out there and we're ready to help. So it's not only technical training that you'll do, learning to code a language, learning about the mainframe, but also networking with other people and finding out their experience and what they know and who they can connect you with, and all of this sort of stuff is all part of it. So utilize LinkedIn, utilize the Open Mainframe Project, IBM Student Hub. All of these sorts of things are free training and free connections, but they're going to guide you into an amazing career and help you pick up a ton of knowledge And I suppose you're training without even knowing you're training, which is the best sort of training. You know, you're learning things as you go, just from finding out interesting stuff and improving yourself as you go. So I hope that was what you're
I
after.
like when you said that it's like a private club, because it really is. I mean, when mainframers find each other,
Yeah.
I mean, there's kind of a special connection there. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I was going to say, just to follow up a little bit, the online communities, like Darren was saying and Bob was saying, it's an awesome technology that exists out there for everybody to take advantage of. And the way I kind of see that, it's like you might have the product vendor being able to provide feedback in the community. And that's kind of like getting the, I'll say, the textbook answer to a particular problem or question. But then you also have other users that are using the product in the community and they're responding. And I'll call that the more real world answer. So in the communities, you have the textbook answer and you also have the real world answer. So you combine those two together and you've got a really good thing there.
Yep.
And then we also, one of our communities we have, it's started off as a regional user community where we got together with all the people in New England that used, in my case, Endeavor. And we still keep that going. And we're hoping after COVID that we'll be able to have our actual face-to-face meetings with our Endeavor users in New England and beyond. We haven't had a meeting in face-to-face in quite a while because of COVID, but hopefully that'll start back up again soon. And that's a great way to make some good connections.
Yeah, and education itself is starting to change because, you know, with the old lecture listen model where you take notes, as you know, universities are finding that doesn't fit everyone's learning technique and learning the way they learn. And active learning is becoming more and more important. Things like discovery learning, gamification, you know, active learning where you actually can do things and learn by doing, and learning in groups. So, you know, I think, you know, if the mainframe is going to be relevant in its education and approach new people, we've got to change the technique. And the team is already, the project is already looking at learning management systems and how to be able to do that, make it easy and have bookmarks so you can go back to what you were doing, but also, you know, discovering things, make it easier to learn.
Yes, totally agree. Awesome. This is a very hot discussion. We would have more and more to discuss. And I would say that if you feel inspired by everything that we discussed today, there is plenty of opportunity for everyone to contribute with us. And I would invite the slide back here to lead us to the last piece of this meeting. And I would really ask you to join us if you feel inspired by everything that our panelists shared with us today. If you are someone just starting the community, there is a plenty of opportunity for you to see the new contents and everything that this great team is putting together. If you are already a senior or experienced professional in Mainframe, we are willing to see your contribution to join us. So that's the invitation for everyone to join as a member on this project. There is a lot of challenge for us. As Bob and the team said, it's not easy to put everything together in one place. Even in one company, you can imagine it across the board with different vendors working together, but that's a good challenge. We would like to have the community working together. So that's the main message. The community should be strong in the Mainframe. As Darren said, the community is hungry, and we would like to see everyone join us together in this project. So really appreciate for all of our panelists to join us today. Great discussion, great thoughts. And thank you for your time to watching us today.
Thanks, Vivian.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing us all together.
Thank you.
Take care.
Great, and that's the end of the recording of the session. Just as a reminder, this was 8AE, and if you've got any feedback, very much like to see that. Before we close, just there are no questions that have come through on chat, so just checking to see if there's any final questions before we close the session. Okay, that looks like no. So thank you for attending today's session. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.